In the winter of 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers entered one of the most dangerous and isolated regions of Russia. They were young, prepared, and confident. They had survived difficult expeditions before, and nothing suggested that this journey would become one of the greatest mysteries in history. But weeks later, rescuers would find their abandoned tent standing alone on a frozen mountain slope. Inside the tent were their belongings, their food, and their equipment. Everything they needed to survive. But the hikers were gone. The most disturbing detail was that the tent appeared to have been cut open from the inside. Why would experienced hikers leave their only shelter during a freezing storm? Why did they run into the darkness without proper clothing or protection? And what happened during the final moments of the 9 people who entered the mountains? This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In January of 1959, a group of university students from the Soviet Union began planning a challenging winter expedition through the northern Ural Mountains. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old engineering student with extensive experience in mountain hiking. The team consisted of 10 hikers, all with strong skills in navigation, survival, and winter travel. They were not beginners. They understood the dangers of the mountains. They knew how to prepare for extreme weather conditions, and they trusted their abilities. Their objective was to complete a difficult route through the wilderness and reach the Otorten mountain area. Before leaving, the group prepared their equipment carefully. They carried supplies, cameras, notebooks, and everything necessary for a long journey through one of the coldest environments in Russia. At the beginning of the expedition, everything appeared normal. The hikers documented their adventure with photographs. They smiled, joked, and recorded moments from their journey. Those photographs would later become some of the final images ever taken of the group. However, during the trip, one member of the expedition became ill and decided to return. The decision separated him from the others. The remaining 9 hikers continued deeper into the mountains. They had no idea that they were moving closer to an event that would remain unexplained for decades. On February 1, 1959, the group reached an area that would later receive the name Dyatlov Pass. Because of difficult weather conditions and poor visibility, the hikers decided to stop and build their camp on the side of the mountain. That night, they placed their tent, organized their equipment, and prepared to rest. Based on their experience, this should have been another normal night in the mountains. But something happened after they went to sleep. The group never returned. When the hikers failed to arrive at their expected destination, a search operation was organized. At first, rescuers believed they would simply find the group delayed by bad weather. But when they reached the mountain, they discovered something far more confusing. The tent was still there, but there was no one inside. The rescuers found that the tent had been abandoned suddenly. Clothing, boots, food, and personal items were left behind. For people experienced in winter survival, this was extremely unusual. Leaving the tent without proper protection in freezing temperatures could be deadly. The evidence suggested that the hikers had left in a moment of panic. But what could have caused 9 experienced people to abandon their shelter? The search teams began looking around the area. The first discoveries only made the mystery deeper. Some of the hikers were found away from the campsite, near the forest. Others were located farther away. The scene created many questions for investigators. There was no simple explanation. Every discovery seemed to create another mystery. The investigation became one of the most discussed cases in Soviet history. Authorities initially concluded that the hikers died because of an unknown natural force. However, many people questioned this explanation. Over the years, dozens of theories appeared. One of the most popular theories suggested that an avalanche caused the group to leave the tent. According to this explanation, the hikers may have believed they were in immediate danger and escaped quickly. Another theory involved unusual weather conditions. The mountains of the region are known for powerful winds, extreme temperatures, and dangerous winter conditions. Some researchers believe a rare natural phenomenon may have created panic and confusion. However, other people believed there were more unusual explanations. Because the incident happened during the Soviet era, some theories suggested secret military activity. The remote location, reports of strange lights in the sky, and the lack of information at the time caused many people to question whether something else had happened. There were also theories involving human conflict, but investigators never found clear evidence proving that another person was responsible. The reason the Dyatlov Pass incident remains famous is because every explanation has problems. A theory may explain one part of the story, but fail to explain another. The abandoned tent. The decision to leave without proper clothing. The distance between the campsite and the hikers. These details continue to create debates among researchers and mystery enthusiasts around the world. More than 60 years later, new investigations have attempted to provide answers. Some modern studies have suggested that natural events may have played a role. But even today, many people continue to debate what truly happened during that freezing night in the Ural Mountains. The Dyatlov Pass incident became more than just the story of 9 hikers. It became a symbol of mystery, unanswered questions, and the limits of human understanding. These hikers entered the mountains searching for adventure. They were experienced, prepared, and confident. But they became part of one of the most famous mysteries in history. A mystery that continues to fascinate people around the world. And after all these years, one question remains. What really happened on Dyatlov Pass?